Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to be looking at the altimeter on our Garmin Forerunner 955 watch. Now I'm using the solar version in this video. It shouldn't matter whether you've got solar or non-solar. This video should work the same for everybody. So you've got a bunch of different ways you can see your altimeter value on the Garmin Forerunner 955 watch. It's pretty similar to other watches that Garmin have out there, the Phoenix, the Instinct. I'll talk a little bit about the differences, especially with the Instinct. From a Phoenix standpoint, it's basically the exact same thing. Phoenix obviously has a better housing. It's definitely a more rugged build than the Forerunner. But in terms of your altimeter and what you can see, it's pretty much the same. The basic way you can see your altimeter value is you can set it as a data field on the watch face. If you look at my watch face, 236 is my current elevation. You've got the little mountain or graph icon that is showing you your altimeter value. You can pretty much put your altimeter value on any watch face. Where the Forerunner, I think, fails, if you're really into altimeter, it doesn't give you any watch faces that show a historical trend that you get on the Instinct models. The Garmin Instinct, when you get your watch, it has delivered watch faces that can show you an actual trend over time. On the Forerunner, you're just going to get your altimeter value. Now, the nice thing with Forerunner is you can go out to the Garmin Connect IQ store and you can look for additional watch faces. But as of right now, there's not a whole lot of good ones that show you any kind of historical trend data. That's your basic way to see your altimeter value. The other way you can see it is you're going to want to have the altimeter glance installed on your watch. This isn't something you have to do other than just make sure you've got it in your glance listing. We're going to press the up or down button to get to our glance listing. You can see my glances. I've got my thermometer glance, I've got my barometer glance, and again, one of the options you can have is altimeter. I should say that this is a touchscreen enabled watch. I could obviously use the touchscreen if I wanted to. I'm going to be doing most of the things in this video using the buttons. I'm more of a button person, but if you like using touchscreen, you could obviously use touchscreen. The altimeter glance is going to just show you a historical trend in your value. The nice thing about your glance list is I can see my barometer, my altimeter, and my weather all together. If I want to just see the altimeter, when I'm on that glance, I can press the top right button, or again, if I'm using touchscreen, I could click the watch face, and that will take me directly into just the altimeter view. My current elevation is at 240 feet. The one thing I don't know, or I wish they would do, is they don't give you an abbreviation of what the unit is. I wish it would say 240 feet. I know because I said it, but I just think it would be cleaner if you could actually see the units on these glances. That's my current elevation. Over the last 4 hours, the highest elevation I've been at is 241 feet. The lowest elevation I've been at is 239 feet. That's really all you can do from here. There's a couple different things you could do while you're in the glance. If you press and hold the menu button, the middle button on the left-hand side, it'll take you to your altimeter options. I'm not going to go into there. I'll just show you. You can also, while you're in your altimeter, you can simply press the top right button and it'll take you directly into your altimeter options. You've got a couple different things you can do here. Calibrate would give you the ability to do a manual calibration. So if I wanted to calibrate my altimeter right now, I could simply press the upper right button and I could calibrate it. I could press down and go into the settings. Again, I could do a manual calibration. I can adjust the auto calibration. So what auto calibration does is the watch will always self-calibrate every time it connects to a GPS for you. So you don't have to worry about manual calibration. If you don't want this, you could turn it off. I don't know why you wouldn't want this, but I guess maybe if you're trying to preserve battery life or something, you could simply toggle this off. You'll see it says you will be prompted at activity start to confirm elevation. So you're always going to have to confirm your elevation when you do an activity that's using your GPS. But you'll notice that it switches from auto to nightly. So now you would just get a calibration each night. The default is on. I would think most people are going to leave the auto calibration on. You can adjust your sensor mode. So sensor mode auto is going to use your barometer value and your altimeter value based on your movement to figure out what your altimeter is, or your altitude reading is. You can change this if you want it just to use the altimeter sensor, or if you want it to just use the barometer sensor, you could set that accordingly. Again, most people will use auto. I think the only time you would ever want to use altimeter only is maybe if you're doing a hike or something and you know that there's going to be changes in the weather with barometer that might skew your altitude, and you just want to use your altitude sensor, you could switch that to altimeter. But anyway, that's where you would switch that value if you needed to. And then last but not least, you can change your units. You can either choose feet or meters. Once you've got your settings done for your altimeter, you can simply press the back button. There's some other ways to get to the settings for your altimeter. You don't have to go through the altimeter to do them. You can go through your main menu and then your settings. Anyway, that's a quick look at the altimeter. Once you're done with it, simply press the back button, go back to your main watch face. I hope it gives you an idea of how you can see the altimeter on your Garmin Forerunner 955 watch. If you like videos about watches, I hope you'll think about subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching.